Good afternoon, everyone. I hope you guys can hear me. I'm not sure if how the volume is, but going live. I'm walking right now. Bike. I had a flat tire, and I was on my way to housing when I was riding the bike, and I made it, and I almost missed it. Uh, but thank God I made it, and I prayed. I prayed before I got there. I said, Lord, please just let me make it. I met with the gentleman who was very nice. At first, he said he's gonna have to reschedule. I was like, I cannot reschedule. I cannot reschedule. But he went ahead and told me, thank God. And so it made my trip not in vain, and not for naught. So I should be moving into my new place. That's good news, by the way. I should be moving into my new place um, fairly soon. Now, title of my video is called Spirit of Antichrist Rising. So obviously, before Jesus comes back, in our Jesus Christ, staying with the theme Christian Christ, there has to be anti to rise. And if you are a Christian and a true follower and a disciple of Jesus Christ, which is where the term Christianity comes from, it's actually not a modern day culture that people now have just adapted to and say, oh, we're Americans, we're Christians, this is how we are, and this is what we do, and we have holidays. No, Christianity is not that type of thing. Christianity has much more to do with the kingdom of God and the war, the spiritual war that is ensued right now. Even though we have won, we have to get people on the winning side. Again, hopefully you guys can hear me. So, yeah, been keeping up with a lot of the news. Of course, not mainstream kind of news. I get my news outlets from other sources, and but you can also find this on the news as well, but actually being praised on the news. Like, I saw a video on I saw a video on YouTube, GMA uploaded, about parents encouraging their young boy, who now identifies as a drag queen. It's like 7 years old, and it's just ridiculous, you know. They have him, they're praising him for it, and they are doing so much psychological damage to this young boy. If you're seeing all these athletes popping up everywhere now, Caster Semenya, which is the strangest thing, because if you look at this person's name, it's kind of strange. So she would, or I would say she, but it's actually he. He was born with internal testes. So I'm not sure what happened and what's going on with the birth and whatnot, but this person was born a man. Okay, has testes, has testosterone, and I think the issue with Caster Semenya was of they're trying to say that this person needs to lower the testosterone level. Well, listen, if you look at this person's name, Caster, I don't know if this person has genitals or not, but it's just very strange to have a name Caster Semenya, and when you think about it, castrate and semen. So anyway, I don't know if that has any correlation, but whatever. I digress. Moving along, if you have been seeing uh, these people, not only that, but other like at lower levels of track, where transgenders are now switching, men who identify as women are males who identify as females are now switching over to women's sports and they're competing against women. Well, if you are a transgender, that means you are not a woman. You are transgender. Because even though you identify as a woman, you are not born as a woman. You were born as a man. So, yeah, uh, yeah, it's ridiculous. It's pretty ridiculous how it's kind of all now everything's being liberated and accepted. And talk about that that law that Obama passed, where if you identify as a male or a female, you can use a male or a female restroom. Um, so yeah, now I'm hearing more and more things that are coming out. I saw a Gillette commercial where a female who identifies as male start taking hormones and other supplements to help her facial grow, and she go through her transition. Voice got deepened. It was a very disturbing commercial. Her father was right there helping her shave. Now, I grew up fatherless. Still haven't met the man. Yeah, I actually had never thought about it that way. But anyway, but I'm a male. I love being a man. I may not be. I'm uniquely who I am. I don't want to be like anyone else. I want to be who God created me to be. So, so I'm seeing all this, and I'm looking at it, especially in the spirit, and I'm like, wow, it's rising more and more and more. Because you think about Antichrist, okay? So, anything that Jesus has created and set into motion, Satan is against and wants to demotionize or destruct, destroy, okay? He wants to kill, steal, and destroy anything that Jesus has set into life and motion. So, a way of destruction, a way of destroying someone could be that of just destroying their identity. Just trying to take over our identity in God. So, yeah, just wanted to share that with you guys. Man, the spirit of Antichrist is rising. I've seen the Passion of Christ, and their depiction of Satan was very disturbing to me because, always growing up, I've always had Satan as a male, hardcore, rough around the edges, and mean and nasty and vicious looking, and he probably does look like that. I don't know what his capabilities are. I'm sure he doesn't have the ability to shapeshift. I have no idea. I haven't done a lot of study. I know he doesn't have any power over us. He only has the power that we give him. So, yeah, it was very disturbing how they depicted Satan, because I couldn't tell if Satan was a male or female. I couldn't tell if Satan was a man or a woman. And they had Satan's voice as such that you couldn't tell if it was a man's voice or a female's voice. So it was all the way twisted. Okay? Twisted and distorted. And so I'm telling you guys, it's becoming like that more and more and more and more. Pretty soon, Father God's going to have enough. He's going to send his son back to come get who belong to him. So, you guys, let's keep reading our word. Let's have a word-ruled mind. Let's stay loving everyone. Let's stay loving. John 15, I just read that today, was amazing. And y'all guys be blessed. Be blessed. Yeah. Windy out here in Fort Worth, Texas.